The driver. Today's lesson is all about the driver. How to stop the slice off the tee. How to stop the ball curving left or right. So some real practical advice to change that ball flight, that pattern, so you will hit better drives, find more fairways, and lower your scores. Hi everyone, Alistair Davies here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is all about the driver. How to stop slicing the ball, cutting the ball, losing the ball to the right off the tee with the driver, with a big stick. So today is a really important driving lesson. We're going to teach you how to stop that slice using a tennis ball. So you might think I've gone a bit crazy, maybe I have, but we're going to use a tennis ball to allow you to get that club face squaring up better through impact. We're also going to explain to you how a slice is created and possibly combine that with a little bit of a path drill as well, in combination with the face drill, but possibly the face drill is the most important thing today. The club face is responsible for 85% of the initial starting direction of the ball with the driver, and the path the other 15%. So the face has a huge role. Strike's important too, not dismissing that, but we won't be talking about that today. So if you're new to the channel, please consider following or subscribing. I post videos every week, all designed to help lower your scores and improve your golf. Let's get stuck into the driver. So the driver. People generally find the driver the hardest club to hit in the bag, and it is. There's lots of things we need to do. So the longest club is the one with the least loft, so it's the least forgiving from that point of view. Obviously the center of the mass in the head is set back, which helps gear effect, and obviously the roll and bulge in the face helps gear effect. So that helps you hit the ball back on target with a non-square impact. We want to hit the ball in the center. We want to hit it with what we would class as a neutral path. So into square to in path and a square club face. Pretty impossible to get all things right. So what I'd always recommend for most golfers is we'd have a slightly what I call from the inside path, and the face that would be slightly closed, and that would give you a little subtle draw. If you wanted to fade the ball, slightly outside path, slightly open face, slight fade. Today we're really concentrating on how we can get rid of the left to right curvature, how we can hit the ball straighter from the guys that lose the ball to the right. The main premise we're going to use is this tennis ball, and I've got a little arrow drawn on top of it, but that's just to show us some feedback. I've slipped the tennis ball, so I want it to stick on the shaft like so. And then the main thing I want you to understand is if the club face was opening, the arrow is pointing to the right. If the club face was closing, the arrow is pointing more around the corner. Do it a few times so you can see it. So in order to hit a straight shot, the shaft, the club head, the forearms, the arms, the wrists, the body all need to be rotating. What this tennis ball does, it just gives us a visual to, can we rotate that shaft? That's the main thing. So the first exercise I want you to do with a tennis ball is set up to it with your feet together. Now having our feet together is going to make our forearms a little bit more active, and I want you to rotate the arrow on the ball. That's the first exercise. So if I set up to the golf ball here, okay, tennis ball came off, but the shot was a low penetrating draw, stroke, overdraw shot down the left hand side of the fairway. Good strike, really happy with that shot, because my feet together, and it's probably gone about 200 yards. So not bad at all considering what I'm doing here. You can obviously tape the ball on if you want it to stay on more. I think it depends on how much a slit you put in the ball, the thickness of your shafts and all those kinds of things, how secure that will be anyway. But for me, it's more about the practice swings than it is anything else anyway. So the first drill there really gets the body and the forearms working more in a released sense than we normally have. Obviously the body's not releasing, but we can turn it, and the forearms are being a little bit more dominant, which is what we're trying to do to close that face down. We can also look at, obviously, the club face as we come down. Can we get the arrow pointing more down to the ground? That closes the face. As we go through, can the arrow point more down to the ground? That is closing the face both pre and post impact, so there's a good chance that face will be closed during the contact zone. And we need to feed what you need to feed. So if you're doing these exercises and the ball's still cutting and you're striking it well, you need to do this to a more extreme sense to get you feeling that club face closing even more. Second thing I'd want you to do is, if we found that the golf ball improved its direction but it was curving to the left too much, we might then work on the path a bit, get the path more from the inside. So my favorite exercise for that is start back and swing to the right and feel that the tennis ball is releasing also. So we get the feeling of swinging to right field, the shaft rotating, and again, I'm quite lucky here with this shaft. I have writing on the back of the shaft, so if I rotate that shaft, I can see this visually during impact and pre-impact. So if I'm doing practice swings, I want the hazardous logo to be in sight. That's the same things I'm doing with the tennis ball. Once I get these two feels, then I can go to the golf ball and then feel I'm going to do it with the shot. And that one there, missed the greenkeeper, thankfully, was dead straight down the middle. So the practice swings allow me to have the feel to what I need to do to square that face up. And you'll have a tendency, so if my tendency is normally to cut it off the tee, if I did this probably for 5-10 minutes, I might hit it straighter. I might not hit it with the draw. If my tendency is resorting to draw, and I didn't want to draw, I'd use the tennis ball to feel like the face opened more. So it'd be the opposite kind of drill. Again, it's about feeding what you need, nothing else. It's important to read your ball flight correctly, put in the ingredients you need to get what you want out. So hope you've enjoyed this video on the driver. Really great to hit the driver well, get it in play, it'll definitely lower your scores. And we're talking today about obviously how we can stop slicing the driver in particular, which is the most common shot hit by the most common golfers. So it's a video that should really help a lot of you guys out there, and ladies. If you've enjoyed it, please click like and share the video, it really helps my channel. Also, please chat down below, request any videos, ask any questions, tell me how you're getting on, tell me how you find the drill, is it too much, is it about right, and so on. Love to hear from you. Lastly, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in today at the Forest of Arden. Hope to see you again here soon, and in the meantime, enjoy your golf.